Hello everyone, it's Ben from the chair to give you a brand new type of video today, and it is a complete review of Peter Rabbit. Now here's the front cover. We do have an orange stripe up the top there with no debossing or any gloss. It's just a picture of the main characters on the front. We have a Flopsy, Mopsy and Cottontail with Peter at the front and Benjamin at the side. So that's pretty good. So we have a Flopsy Topsy-Turvy mini movie, which I've seen. So yeah, that's pretty good. There's a spine, which is kind of a wraparound with Peter at the top there. The Blu-ray is exactly the same. The inside artwork, we do have different artwork. Now, watching this in preparation for Peter Rabbit 2, The Runaways. I don't think many people know it's called The Runaways, because people just call it Peter Rabbit 2, but, yeah. So, that's the actual Blu-ray itself. Now, I'm going to do something a little bit different now, because I have written some notes on my second mobile device here. It's a phone. I don't know why I call it a mobile device, but there you go. I don't know what I was doing. Never mind. Right. Peter Rabbit 2, the review of the Blu-ray. Peter Rabbit 2 stars James Corden, Margot Robbie, Rose Byrne as Beatrix Potter in this movie called Bee. And they used Domhnall Gleeson to replace the Mr. McGregor in the book. So they bring him in as a kind of distant family. Remember, like a great uncle, and then he dies, and then they bring in Domhnall Gleeson. So yeah, you know him from Harry Potter, Deathly Hallows. He's in those two movies as Bill Weasley, so that's where you know him from. Rose Byrne, I think she's in Instant Family with Mark Wahlberg, which is a really good movie, underrated I think. Based on a true story, that one. Anyway, and also we got Margot Robbie, which you know as Harley Quinn, so pretty good cast really. This movie is kind of a bridge between. I'm talking about the movie now. The Peter Rabbit, this first Blu-ray, the first movie, is a bridge between kind of the books and the story they're trying to tell here. It's like they're using the water paintings and colours and everything else that comes from the books, the drawings, to move the story along, to tell the story of what happens to Peter's dad and stuff, and it looks nice. But then they kind of, it's a prequel because Beatrix Potter is actually in this movie and she hasn't written the books yet. So it's kind of strange. They admit in the special features that they did make their own story, and it's clear here. It's a kind of a mishmash of things. It's, the story is Peter Rabbit is kind of the leader now. His dad's died and he looks after the family, and there's no parents and stuff, so he's kind of, there's a moral in every scene. There's kind of a moral of, this is what not to do, kids, and in this scene you'll see why. And it's the same thing over and over again, and in the end, you know, Peter Rabbit goes to Mr. McGregor and said it's all my fault and all happily ever after. But it is also made from a childish farce. Explosions, things that just wouldn't happen at all. I mean, I know you're talking about a rabbit that can do things that a rabbit wouldn't do, but you're making stuff up like explosions and blowing up a tree. It's making McGregor look mad. But it's a movie. I laughed on a few occasions. I chuckled. But it's kind of one of those chuckles where you think, oh no, I've let the movie beat me. I kind of laughed. Oh no. It's not childish, this movie, but it's not kind of adult either. It's kind of somewhere in the middle. Like, you can watch it, but you'll slowly start to pick holes in it because you're not bored, but you're kind of irritated. Many people think that about James Corden, but I'm not talking about that right now. I think James Corden's voice is fine, but yeah, I think everything's fine. It's just it's the same joke over and over again. So I get it's rather repetitive, even for a kids movie, because there's many kids movies these days that are quite they're very they don't talk down to kids, whereas this kind of does. You know, this isn't aimed for your toddler. This is kind of aimed for kind of sort of, I would say, 8 to 10 year olds. So even though it is a child's book, one of your first read, the movie doesn't really go for that same age group. So if you're a parent that really doesn't like this kind of thing, you will get bored. As I say, the filmmakers replaced the original McGregor with a younger person by killing him off. Basically, they gave him a heart attack, and then Domhnall Gleeson comes in as the kind of recipient of the house, and then it goes from there. So it's kind of a prequel because the books aren't written yet, but then they bring their own character in that doesn't exist in the other books, as far as I know, from the research I've done. So it's kind of really weird. It's a mismatch of taking out a character, putting in the real person who wrote the books. It's a mismatch of things, this movie. They kind of make the best of it, and it's really kind of weird. But it kind of works, I suppose, because it made a lot of money. And there's a second one, so who am I to complain? Right. The special features are Shake Your Cottontail, which is a music video. Peter Rabbit Peter Rabbit Mischief in the Making, where the cast and crew talk about making Peter Rabbit, and like I've said just now, that they admit that they kind of made their own story up, because they just basically took the characters, and they also put some new characters in as well, like the hedgehog and the pig and the fox. So they do really take property license with this film. They really just take the characters and do what they want, which is something that J.K. Rowling never wanted to do with the Harry Potter films, which is why she was so adamant that they were going to follow the books. Because okay, you can't follow the books because the stories are 7 minutes long, but they just take the characters here and make their own story. It works and doesn't work, but it's sweet but irritating. That's James Corden again. We also have, so I've talked about that. And then we have a Flopsy Turvy mini movie where the three twin rabbits kind of try and outdo each other with tricks by swinging on washing lines and stuff like that, because they're always trying to outdo each other. The main special feature is Peter Rabbit Mischief in the Making is only 7 minutes long, which isn't too bad for like a kid's Blu-ray. It's not the featurette where they kind of do the advert and stuff like that. It is a proper special feature. And the Flopsy Turvy movie is 4 minutes long, which is kind of a length of a Tom and Jerry cartoon and stuff like that. So it's not too bad. A pretty good extra, I think. And we also got that music video, which is just some kids dancing to the end movie song, I think, if I remember correctly. Yeah, there's 3 special features there, which aren't too bad. There's no commentary as far as I can see on this one, so it's a kid movie, so why would you add commentary? Yeah, I hope you don't mind me using my phone to write notes. It's kind of easier to look down, so I don't have to remember everything, because sometimes I stumble over words. I think I've stumbled a little bit here, but I think it works better for me. But let me know in the comments whether you think this kind of review is easier with me reading off my notes. I don't think I stumbled as much. I stumbled a little bit, but I don't think it's too bad. And I'll see you guys on the next Blu-ray, or video rather. I've stumbled without notes. I'll see you guys on the next video, which will be Peter Rabbit 2: The Runaways review. See you guys in a bit. Bye.